So, as you know, you have an appointment in front of you, and I know that people that have been here for quite a while know the background of when the finance director was specifically set up. When we created the finance director, it was a long process with a lot of discussion between the former mayor and the city councilors, and a lot of discussion was had as to what they wanted out of the position. And at that time, it was actually very good planning. They had decided that they wanted this position for the future of what it would be in future times. And so that when and if, so the finance director position was created to also be the treasurer. It wasn't listed at that, but it was the treasurer. Because you have to have a treasurer. You don't have to have a finance director, but you have to have a treasurer. So, but it was always the intent that when and if the office staff changed or changes came through, it would also include the tax collector. So it would be a treasurer-collector position, which is very common in many cities and towns. And then we, as you know, our admired Elizabeth Gendron retired, and this is a time to put the original ideas in place. I don't think I need to talk to anybody about Melissa's qualifications, but there is one thing that people might not know is when she came to us from Palmer, she was a treasurer collector. And it's very important that she's also certified as a collector and as a treasurer. So I think those are things that, whether you know them or not, they're important to bring up. I've done a lot of, I know it's only been 3 years, but a lot of reorganization. And as opportunities arrive, that's the time to look at the departments and, reevaluate them, see what we need, see how we can restructure, and move forward. So this is what we've done. I've appointed her temporarily, and I'm hoping that the councilors will look favorably and approve that appointment. And also, we did a lot of background on this, even though we knew this was how it was set up. We still did a lot of background. I contacted DOR. We knew we didn't have to, but we did anyway. And at one time there was legislation that was required with the governor's changes that just came along the way. It's no longer required to have legislative changes on it. So, but we did check with the DOR anyway, even though we knew that, still wanted to do that. And also, I couldn't call the state ethics, but Melissa could, and she did, and they said, obviously nothing, but we knew these answers, but we still did our diligent search. So I think we crossed every I, every T. I even had our city attorney, involved in it, and I think we probably overdid it. Yeah. But overdoing is better than not researching it.
So, okay, I just have a couple questions for clarification.
Absolutely.
Has your job title, this is the new job title then? This is the first time that you'll have this title? Am I understanding that correctly?
Well, the title is a little different. As you can see, it says Finance Director, serving as Treasurer Collector. She always was serving as Treasurer, and now she'll be serving as Collector, and that is in the job description that was created at the very beginning.
Right, so the job description on the pay plan has always just been Finance Director.
Right, and the Finance Director job description, which has always been like that, refers to serve as Treasurer Collector, which have their own job descriptions. So it kind of, it's a big combo, but that's a really good question. And I think the other thing you might want to know is when I talked to Melissa about it and how she would want to do it, and what she's doing now is half days in one office, half days in the other office, and she's set up her computer and her phones and all of that like that. But to me, it doesn't matter to me how she does it, if she wants to do 2 full days in one, 2 full days in the other. But right now what she thought would work better for her is mornings in tax.
No, the other way.
The other way. Mornings in treasurer, and then afternoons in tax. And I did before I even decided to do the temporary appointment, spoke with the staff that was in the office, and they were well aware too of what the original, of what the job was created. So they're really, like, the people that work here that have been here a while, there was no surprises. They kind of knew that was the intent when and if the position became available.
Okay. All right.
Do the hours change at all? It's still 4 days or 5 days?
Well, what it is now 40 hours.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a 40-hour position, so in hindsight, well, not hindsight, but actuality, it'd be 20 and 20. You know, and we will, you know, separate that into those offices, even though it's all the same city money, but we like to have it like that.
Okay.
Those are great questions.
Joy.
All right, so Karen's absolutely correct. From the very first meeting that we actually had when we were having our organizational meeting with Michael Tauzik, when we first were elected as a mayoral form of government with the city council, Ed Sparko spoke up at that very first meeting and said, all right, so Mayor, what we need to work on now is getting a finance director, because none of us felt comfortable with having the mayor doing the full budget, overseeing the full budget and being in full control of the budget. We always had nightmares of what if something happened to the mayor?
Sure.
And then you don't have that seamless carryover. Or what if somebody got elected that had absolutely no experience with finance, mass general laws, any of that. So we were kind of like a little nervously Nellies. So when Michael finally said that he had the money in the budget to create the vision of the position that we'd always spoken about, we couldn't have been happier. And it was always from the beginning that position would take in the treasurer and the collector's positions with it. To make it seamless. So this is just the natural progression of what we had envisioned probably 15 years ago. So I'm really happy about this, because it's good to see long-term plans come to fruition. It's really good.
It is.
So
It was 2007.
see,
It was 2007.
2007.
And, you know, and like I
That's when
said,
it was finally accepted.
Right, but
Right,
the
that's what I mean.
discussions had
lengthy.
years,
Yeah.
and years.
Bob Harrison was here. He
Yeah,
was
Bob
chair.
Harrison, and then Sparko was the one that started it, way back when. So, yeah. So I'll, if we're done, I'll make the motion to make the motion to go forward to City Council to appoint Melissa Zawatsky as the Finance Director, serving as Treasurer Collector, with the term of expiration of December 31st, 2019.
Okay, there's.
I'll second
Okay,
it.
second. Okay, we have a motion that's been seconded, so all in favor?
Aye.
No abstentions and no nays, so. Congratulations.
And just getting back to that, it was received by the City Council December 5th of 2006, and public hearing and approved January 16th, 2007.
Okay.
So it's the beginning. Yeah.
Would, just for the main meeting later, did you want to review this again?
I'd be
or-
happy to.
Okay.
I'd be happy to, because, you know, not everybody, people might not remember or might not have been here,
Okay.
and it matters.
Okay.
But, you know, what Joy said too is really true. Like, it's not unusual to have, you know, a mayor be elected that has no municipal experience or no budget experience. It's not a requirement of the position, so it was really a security.
Coming from Westfield State, where that turned into a nightmare.
That was, seriously, that was a,
I mean, like worst case scenario, yeah.
yeah. So I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion second, so meeting adjourned.
Thank you very much.
Camera.
Thank